Hooray! So, today we are playing Little Pistol. It is the follow-up games from, everything that happened last month. So, real quick recap. Charity here, had some necromantic little flare-ups while coming through the forest, and then turned a lot of a dead wasp nest back to life, and then it continued to attack her. And then, at the end of it, a whole bunch of roses began to grow after she ripped the heart out of one of the creatures in a really badass way. But then maybe ill-advised decided to feed it some of her blood. Not sure if that's ever gonna come up. So that is what has happened. But the last 2 weeks or so of the game for you guys has been super busy. All of that stuff with the river, with the giant crocodile named Paul, with the old ruins of Lullaby being found under the ground and robots being down there, then throwing a matter battery into a lake and polluting that lake, meeting up with Simmons and Cass and Tea Time. All of that happened, saving that ship that from weird attacks of dream monsters. Then going back to going back to the Silver Thimble, the whole Undercity blowing up in a gang war. Joaquin getting shot in the face. All of that happened. So also the airship crashed into the communications tower. Not bad enough that it will never work, but right now it's not working. So that is where we're going to start today's game. I'm watching it transition. So today we have Art or Ruru playing B positive.
Hi.
And we have Jacob just Jacob playing Charity.
Hello again.
We have Sparkly who is playing Melinoë. Melinoë.
Yeah, Melinoë. Hello.
Melinoë. Haha.
Aha, we're getting better at it.
And then we have Not Forgiven playing Tsoki.
It's me. I'm Tsoki.
So real quick. So Tsoki played the card Deal with the Devil, and he played it for Art. And the deal that we struck was every single time Art has to make a roll, it's a success, except for twice. 2 times, Art is going to take a 1, and they are going to be nasty ones. Just the fucking worst, everyone. But that was the deal that was struck. And if they complete that, if Art doesn't have to, at any point Art can be like, I don't want to take that 1, and decide to roll. That breaks the bounty, but all they miss out is those 2 don't get gold gotchas.
I like my ones though.
But she likes her 1s though. So that is the bounty that is in place today. Alright. So today we start off is you guys are cleaning up the city after the whole engagement that happened in the Undercity. Also, the radio tower is in a bit of a shambles. You guys are in your offices and stuff. And Tsoki, you see Tattoo walking around the town, writing stuff down. He's just okay. And he's like, excellent, Tsoki. I need you to. Can you give this a listen to me for me?
Yeah, sure. What do you got?
So, can you roll me a 20-sider?
Okay. As soon as I figure out what I did with my thing. Yes.
Nice. So that 4, he plays you a recording, and the words that it's very scrambled. He's I'm pretty sure the people from Dyad are trying to communicate with us right now, or they have been for the past couple days. And what you hear is what you can piece together is not emergency, problems with flowers, lumberjacks aren't responding. Could you send small team? Thank you. And then it was definitely Thaddeus, but then there's another one that's a little bit more exasperated. That's just like, roses. Thank you. Those are the messages. It's like, I think he's asking for like a small team to study the roses, which is okay because I was planning on sending, like, the reports say it started mostly when Charity gave it blood. So I want to send Charity there. And then, obviously, if it's a blood-based problem, we're definitely going to need to send in B, because who knows more about blood than, you know, the literal blood slime.
Very understandable.
And then I was like, and tell me if you're okay with this. I was going to send you. Let me be honest. You're one of the very few that I can trust.
Tsoki's eyes just get real wide as he's just like, oh, yes. Yes, you can trust me. You can trust me with anything, Tattoo.
Finally, recognition from Tattoo. Yeah. It's just like, I was going to send Melinoë because it seems to have something to do with necromancy. And they creep me out.
A flawless plan as always, Tattoo.
Yes. I do always come up with flawless plans, thank you. So, here is where Nika's gonna put up a vote. Like, we're gonna send this small team, but what do the rest of you do? Do the rest of you join this small team on their way to Dyad? It's like, could be a waste of time, might not be a waste of time. Might not be a problem in Dyad situation. Or do you guys want to stick around at the Silver Thimble and fix the communications tower? If you guys fix the communications tower and roll well enough to like actually fix it, then it will be back up and running this weekend. Like, we don't have to wait till like the next speakeasy.
Well, that's the reasoning. They creep me out.
The reasoning mostly for Tattoo is 100% Melinoë freaks Tattoo out. Just doesn't like it. There's something about like
a 7-foot-tall robot covered in moss that has a skull for it.
So the advantages to go out with the main party is A, leave the city, have fun in Dyad. If nothing really bad's happening in Dyad, how about I just have fun in Dyad, go to the Silver Thimble, go to Krieg's at Market Square, catch a movie. Like, it could be another, like, bar scene. We don't know yet. Or if it's, like, bigger trouble actually there, then that'll happen. We're gonna wait till this happens, like, gets all the way through, and then we're gonna go there. So, where did I put Tattoo's office? I can't find my Tattoo's office token. I feel bad about that. But anyway, so you four are all called into Tattoo's office, which is kind of an intimidating office. Again, Tattoo's almost 8-foot tall, 4-armed, lavender-skinned strange man. He's a strange man. And he has all four of you in his office, like, looking at you. That's right, Rupert. Art's saying something.
B's instantly going to start touching everything.
Tattoo just kind of, like, sees B touch everything and does the whole, like, Welcome, you four. Charity, it's good to have you on the crew now. Are you settling in well?
Mostly. I just have the trouble of having a permanent bed, but we're sorting that out. I understand things are a bit complicated at the moment.
Most certainly. We're going to get all of the academy functions up and running very soon. And people will be able to be rehoused into those once they're full. They're permanent. Well, permanent. I don't want to say everybody has to live there forever. That's a little presumptuous. In the Undercity are complete. Just a little setbacks with, the shootings, as he turns to Tsoki. But I know you had nothing to do with that. I can trust you.
Tsoki's gonna totally not look incredibly guilty. It's like, I didn't start the shootings, that's for sure.
Excellent. I'll have to call in Karam and some of his... The complaints I've gotten about that night, amazing. He just, motions to a pile of just paperwork. The right on the top of it is just, in big, bold letters. It's just he broke my horn. It's But we're sending you all out on a small mission. You guys... Go check in with Tobias. Not Tobias, Thaddeus, and see what's going on. It's just, return his books if you could.
Books?
Oh wait, no, they wouldn't. You guys wouldn't know about that. Tattoo doesn't actually work with the reacquisition crew, so don't worry about that. We'll return those later. Tattoo's not allowed to work with the reacquisition crew. It's just okay. B, have you been briefed on the strange blood roses that have been going around? And also, Melinoë, are you familiar with the strange reanimated dead that they found in the forest?
At this point, Charity's kind of shrinking
Sure,
back a little
blood,
bit.
roses, blood roses.
Excellent. Blood roses. Blood roses.
I mean, I haven't had too much experience with this current necromantic activity. We'll see if I've seen it before or something.
Charity's just kind of pulling her cap down just a little bit. Her head.
Excellent. So, you see, every time Tattoo's talking to Melinoë, he's actually just looking down. He's never, making eye contact. It's don't like skeletons. And, she's like, good. You can take one of the shuttles. They should leave very shortly. The submarine is a bit, not in the best condition after all of getting hit with all of those waves.
Alright, sounds like a plan.
He stands up and hands each one of you one of his arms to shake.
Very gently shake his hand.
Yeah.
seeing his discomfort, just make it really quick and gentle. It's like, okay.
No eye contact. Just
I'm gonna leave a candy in his hand.
he's gonna be like, oh good. One of B's candies. He puts
Charity's
it in.
still.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Charity's still wearing her gloves, and she shakes the hand, still not quite making eye contact either, because she's just like, oh, maybe they won't notice.
He drops the candy in a little dish, and he's just like, somebody will want that. I'm sure. Thank you very much, B. It's always a pleasure to clean my office. He looked looking around the room at everything that B's touched, which is literally everything.
I'm gonna talk to Tattoo before we leave. When I get back, let me know if there's people who need additional healing. I can possibly help out with that.
Yeah, Stein still has that under control at the hospital right now. It was a bit hit or miss there for a second. Nobody died. Amazingly, all those bullets, not a single corpse. Some people are missing, though. But I wouldn't worry about that. I'm sure they'll turn up.
Just to be safe, maybe have a list of those people while we're gone.
It's just like, yeah, I have it right. He reaches into his paperwork and he's just like, it is phosphorus, neon, and third one didn't actually have a name. 3 of the people from the Gibbet. Haven't seen them in a bit, but I'm sure they'll be fine. And then we get to go off to adventures. Alright, so you 4 are all just taking basically a ferry. Oh, I have the token for it. If the whole crew was gonna go, you guys would have been able to take the airship or the sub. But they decided they didn't like you.
Is
Yeah,
the
well,
airship flyable still?
It could work, like you just can't do any like crazy maneuvers with it. Alright, so you guys approach. You begin like on your way to Dyad. And it's just you and whoever the ship captain is, who I just think is a grumpy otter. Like he almost looks more like walrus than otter. Like super big mustache, just like doesn't like to talk to anybody. That is how I picture the guy who drives this ferry. But the closer you guys get, you see this. First off, there are roses growing everywhere on the banks of the river, the closer you get. And they're huge. Also, this tower in the center here is actually supposed to be Sal's tower. Sal's tower. Except for now it's just this big flower. Like not just one flower, but an entire tower of just wrapped up vines. And they were purple. They totally were purple. But I'll actually show you what it looks like right now. Like, that's how it looks now. Like, it's
Point of order, I had nothing to do with that one. Now the other flowers over here, yes, but that one.
Pretty.
Are we close to any of the roses at as we're coming in?
Absolutely, sure.
Okay. Just I guess am I getting any like let me look at my power abilities. Just want to see if there's like any weird auras I'm getting off of them. Not.
Charity's going to walk up to just the nearest rose and just try to peek at it to see if she sees her eyes staring back at her.
Give me a 20-sider.
Oh boy.
Also, crew, how are you guys like, some of you are just straight up engineers, I understand how you're repairing it. How are the rest of you helping repair what's going on? With the communications tower, not the roses. You guys got no control of these.
B's gonna follow Charity and kneel next to them to take a look.
Alright, so I would say both of you roll and we'll take the highest, but both of those are successes because it's an 11 and B's got all successes for now.
Okay.
Alright, so when you take a look at it, you don't see your eye. You see like there is an eye in there, but it's somebody else's now. Like, or something else's maybe. I think this one particularly has like a goat's pupil.
Well, that's new.
And B, what you see is with a success, I'll give it to you. These thorns they're less normal thorns. Like you're looking at them and you're used to it. You're in the medical field. They're almost hypodermic needle-like. Like they are yeah, it's just like you can't immediately tell without testing whether they push something in or pull something out.
Do they react to being close to them?
Yeah, I would say that they quiver with like almost like an attempt to touch B.
Charity is observing this, and she goes, "Well, they still want blood. No, I won't give them any more of my blood before anybody asks. I've learned my lesson."
Could I go up to like one of like if there's like a little offshoot of a bud or something and try to carefully snip off a cutting just to see what will happen?
Oh yeah, sure. Give me a roll for that. Like normally you wouldn't have to roll for a cutting of a plant, like that's but these things are basically going to try to attack you.
I just want to see if they just react to my general presence though.
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead and make that a roll. Got another 11. So with the 11, they do lash out and like wrap around your wrist, but you see some of the thorns like poke at you, and it's just like it's like clanging is all you hear, and then they like slowly unwrap, and
Well,
just like oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna just do that. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's just like they do not appear like you do not appear to be their selected prey. Just moving things to get you guys more on screen.
Well, you know, if we have to go trudging through these, I can always go first.
And you do see, like, the city is covered in these roses.
Just hope the people inside are okay.
So when I gave it my blood,
I'm gonna reach out to them, but stay enough back to see how much they'll react to proximity.
Once they catch the scent of B, once they know what B is, or like B is all blood, they will stretch as far as they can to get to B. And like you start to see them kind of pulling themselves out of the ground. Like you see them tugging their roots to try to get closer to B. And sorry, Charity, you were saying something?
Charity was just going to observe, when I gave my blood to the roses, it produced my eye. So this eye staring back at me now is a different eye, and I would wager possibly something far worse than me.
That, or it could be, if these things are going after blood, it could be something that the roses ate too.
True,
That's
I
a
think
possibility as well.
these bushes, I think, followed me through the forest when I was on my run. My flight from danger. I felt like these thorns were following me the entire time.
Was I able to get a cutting at all of them?
Oh yeah, you were able to like
Okay.
take a cutting of it, and like again, once you like snip off the bottom of it, the eye does close, and it be not wilt, but like tighten itself up, like buds that like go like crazy tight,
Mm-hmm.
and they go back to that form whenever you do that. The boat driver who
put it away.
the
Safe
ferry
and
is currently getting like wrapped up in vines as you guys are like doing things. The ferry driver is like standing at the side with like a machete, just clearing them as they come at him. He's just like, "Are you guys gonna be here long?" Hack.
Is this as close as you can get us into the city, or no?
He's like, it seems dangerous to go any further. Do you need me to go further? Hack. What were you gonna say, Tsoki?
I was just gonna say, I don't know how long we're going to be exactly. Communications are a bit scrambled at the moment.
Yeah, you guys need to fix that radio tower.
Yeah, I think we're working on it. We will see when we get back.
The royal we. The we that doesn't actually include you doing any work. I get it. It's cool.
Well, the radio tower's like all
Hack.
the way over there, and I'm over here now, so like.
Yeah, now
sure I'll
I'm
get
over
taken care
here. You know there's a fight on tonight, right? Like, now like, this better not, like, I better catch that fight. Hack.
All right, I guess we could hurry.
I would appreciate that.
Maybe set yourself more in the middle of the water so the roses have a hard time getting to you. You don't have to hack so much. We'll signal to you when we're ready to go back.
What's the signal gonna be?
I'm gonna check my inventory.
Screaming probably.
Yeah, yeah, screaming probably. That'll work.
Okay. And, like, you see him, like, get his ship mostly detangled. And then goes into, like, he goes further out into the river, so he's, like, he's gonna be able to help you, like, come and get you guys, but he cannot provide any aid to you at this point. Also, you cannot get into contact with anybody back at the, Silver Thimble. Because A, they crashed an airship into the communications tower. B, they're taking the tower down to fix it. So that'll be delightful. Alright. So let me run you guys into the city. Like, I'm not going to make you roll to get into the city from where you are. But as you walk through the city, it is just covered with vines and like crazy sharp thorns. Not as many flowers in this district like as you're entering right now, but like you don't see a lot of people. Like you hear some people like running around, and you definitely hear gunfire, and you hear what sounds like people like yelling orders, but in this part of the city, you're not hearing much of it. Oh, not seeing much of anything.
This is so much different from
Since
the last.
there's less
time we were
flowers here, can I try something?
Sure. Absolutely. Go ahead and say what you're gonna try. And what were you were saying this is different than it looked last time you were here, Tsoki? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
It certainly is. You see, and if you guys want to study things, go ahead and give me rolls, and I can give you more information.
I'm gonna go ahead
And
study
Charity
signs.
said, "Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Can Charity sense any dead like creatures or beings nearby, or where
roll
they
me
are?"
Roll me a 20-sided. I would give this to you for free, but like it's a little bit weird. 8.
Okay.
So a tough choice. Okay, with a tough choice, I'm actually gonna like give you half of the information. You feel dead things everywhere, or you feel dead necromantic magic everywhere. Every single vine is technically undead.
Does it feel like? Well, you probably can't tell me. It doesn't feel like her magic, does it? Like Charity's particular flavor.
You know how you would start this spell, but you don't know how it would get this strong.
Charity just kind of stands still for a moment and looks at the flowers, looks at the bushes, and goes, "Oh dear."
All right, go ahead and hit enter on what you typed.
I want to try throwing an extra bee candy into one of the flowers.
Yeah, that sounds like the first one the first one of those ones I'm giving you.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
So yeah, one of the flowers, the very few ones, like grabs it, and you guys can watch it very like snake swallows an egg situation. Like you can watch the candy go up through the vine, and it continues on. Like the wild thing is, who said they were going to investigate the vine? Was that you, Melinoë?
Yeah, I wanted to use Death Sense to investigate, but also to see if I recognize this particular necromantic magic, like like a signature to it, because every magic caster is gonna have a different signature to it.
Sure, go ahead and roll me a 20-sider. That's basically the same thing as what.
Yeah, but
Charity
to see
did.
if it was
Yeah.
like, cause she like yeah. Bleh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I called you just Jacob at the beginning. You're casual Jacob. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry,
fine.
everybody. That one's on me. Yeah, look at that 6. So very similar information that Charity got is it is not magic. Did Melinoë ever go to seasonings? Is what I'm trying to remember.
I don't think so.
Okay. So there's a little special information for that about that, but you can't put it together. Like you also sense necromantic magic everywhere, like maybe in a different way, because I already gave half the information. Here's a little bit more. These vines, and specifically these flowers more than anything else, are just corpses. Like, they shouldn't exist.
I'm no botanist, but I feel like what I just saw it do with that candy, and also the sense that I'm getting from these flowers. I've never seen undead plants before.
It's. Tell me if you get the same sense. They feel like you would from an actual corpse, but they look like plants, as if like something took physical matter, like actual corpses, and reused them to make these. If that makes sense. The bodies were repurposed.
Does Charity get that like it's her magic?
Give me one more 20-sider. Tough choice.
Oh.
Okay. Would you like me to give you the information, but you're gonna lose track of that candy? You're not gonna see where that candy goes. Or alternatively, like, Tsoki, did you track that candy? Did you follow where it went, like a snake egg situation?
I was gonna say I was planning on pulling out the recon visor and looking at stuff. So
Okay.
yes, I was gonna follow the bee candy to see what happens to it.
Absolutely. Or you could so Tsoki puts on the recon visor and he can help Charity get an answer, but you guys lose out on chasing down the candy. Or you can learn a little bit about it, but it takes you so long that you don't realize that Tsoki has wandered off. Or not wandered off, but has
I'm
lost
tracking
track
it
of him.
by
Yes.
myself.
He is tracking it by himself.
Ooh, split the party. Ooh.
It's like that's a very Tsoki thing to do, though. It's just be like, I'm doing this
and
now.
it's a very Charity thing to be like so focused, like
Ugh.
tunnel
Same with-
vision on a
Same with
problem.
Melinoë, is just
All
tunnel
right.
vision.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
have our choice. So
Because
he's gonna go wander off
Charity
following
also
this bee
feels-
candy.
So responsible for this. So.
Absolutely.
Ugh.
I saw the bingo card come up. I don't know why the cards aren't coming up on the screen. I have no control over that, everybody.
Yeah, it's just not working.
That really sucks.
It
So I'll
does.
keep an eye on the thing on the side, everybody. Don't worry. I know sound effect cards might not work right, and I'm sorry. But you guys all have a 2-point shield for everybody right now, so keep that in mind. So, Melinoë and Charity, as you are staring at it, you are the thing that you guys are both like bouncing ideas off of back and forth. Like, it's not a zombie. Like, zombies don't work like this, and it's just like, oh, it's functioning and it clearly has like a lust for blood. You guys go back and forth. It's just like, are these just vampires? The closest thing you guys can think of in studying the thorns is literally vampire.
Says vampires. This is the only thing that kind of makes sense. It's undead, they want blood. Hypodermic like needles.
Strange that they're out in the sunlight, though. There seems to be no
Starless
reaction to
underscore
something.
solid blade this
I
card.
wonder how they'd be
Reveal your
around garlic.
secrets. Identify a magical or technological secrets of an item.
But yes, a vampire would make sense. It feasts on blood, and this, though, seems to take on characteristics of those it's fed on. At least it did initially when I gave it my blood.
That's interesting. And seeing as how it gave up as soon as it realized I don't have any. And I wonder where... it seems like we lost track of the candy. And I'm gonna look around and notice that Tsoki is gone. Oh
While
no.
those
There were
two
four
are
of us.
talking, Bee's gonna take a couple steps closer to the flowers.
The flowers are certainly quivering, like you see them like start making like, I don't know how you explain a rose like getting you know how like flowers go towards the light, like it's happening like that, but just when you guys watch, whenever anybody watches the time-lapse videos of like bean sprouts growing, like that's what's happening with this like plant going up a sign, and let's just like starts like reaching out, and like they're not growing, they're just stretching. Also, I saw the Reveal Your Secrets played, so what do you want to know about them? Like, any particular questions about these vines? And sadly, you'll know about it, but the crew won't. And the party won't know about it right away.
Are you directing that at us or at the...
No,
at the
Starless
track?
Starless
Okay.
played it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let's get Tsoki over here. Give Tsoki some stuff to do.
Yay, stuff.
Alright, Tsoki. You come up here and you realize that you are near the sandwich shop. And the sandwich shop owner and the deliverer are standing in front of the shop as it's been completely taken over by Vine.
And where have I guess where's the bee candy going?
It is continuing, like, it is going to be down on this vine here, just making a run for it.
Okay. So as I'm walking by, I'll give them a hello. Say, ah, yes. How do you do, fellows?
Oh, whew, you're a sight for sore eyes. I guess Thaddeus did get through to you guys. Something about the communications. Did you bring everybody? We're really gonna need some help here.
Well, we have a group fixing the towers, and we have also brought a group to help deal with what we were told was a small problem with roses.
They look back and forth. It's like, it's a big problem with roses.
So he just kind of looks up, gestures around, and be like, yeah, I can kind of tell from the state of everything. Do you know what the cause is? Any sort of directions?
They both point the way that the candy's going, and that they're like, it's the tower.
Well, that can't be good. Well, I'll go investigate. You keep yourself safe out here.
They both just like look back and forth and just, where?
I don't have an answer for that.
So, as you are running through, looking through your visor, so anything from the liminal world is teal through you guys' eyes. So you are following a teal piece of candy going through this, like, all of this orange magic, because orange is like the color of this world's magic. And as you like approach the tower, you can see the tower in the distance. It is glowing bright orange. Like, this whole city is just like bright with like magic right now. And Tsoki, you hear the gunshots you were hearing earlier coming from like down the alley. Like, you can stop chasing the candy to go investigate, or it's up to you. The candy does seem like it's going towards the tower, for the record.
Yeah. It's just like the problem is at the tower. The candy is headed towards the tower. Probably guess that we just need to go to the tower at some point. So
Yeah.
I guess I'll stop and I'll peek into the alleyway.
So in the alleyway, you just see a group of the people from Gibbet. I did not mean to use this map twice, but I did. Hold up 1 second. So you see a group of the people from Gibbet, including Lithium. Like, Lithium the squirrel is standing in the middle of the group, like getting people like behind like shelter, and they have like a little like fortified like barricade, and you see them like throwing like handmade Molotovs. They're not called Molotovs here, but I'm not sure what they are called. Just flame bottles. Just like hurling them at these vines and just opening fire. Like, people are like running back and forth with machetes, trying to like clear out as much of it as they can. Map and grab Tsoki, because Tsoki's in this map. Okay, and so like you're in here, and I don't know where they went. Yeah, while you're in here, that's what you're seeing. You're seeing like oh, I didn't move you. I moved your token, but I didn't move you. Like, you are seeing a ton of civilians like hiding out like on this thing, away from as many buildings as they can be. Although they are in the center of this alley, they are slicing the vines, and as they are coming, they are shooting the vines whenever they get too close. They are burning the vines whenever possible, and they are especially aiming anytime they see a rose. Everybody like converges at once and just like opening fire.
Okay.
So, Starless, real quick, I'm answering the question. Starless, this magic is not your magic at all anymore. These plants have been fully taken over. It's very much like vampirism. Like, they have been infected by these and have become them. So careful, plants. And as you approach Tsoki, like, you do see like there are multiple little like rose gremlins on the walls as you approach. And they are like watching you, getting ready to pounce down. I don't think the people below see them yet, because they're too busy dealing with the roses and the fire.
I see.
I'm trying to get my little guys. Picket frogs. Picket frogs. They have like a... what's the word I'm looking for? A rudimentary, like, first aid tent happening here. Like, there are some injured people and they are laying out on cots, but for the most part, even like wounded or not, people are like trying to fight against these roses. And that is where we are. The rest of the team, you know what? Art, you 100% know where Tsoki went. He went that way. Like Art knows where Tsoki went. Or B does. B just watching him leave.
I'm gonna follow him if they're still talking.
So yeah, Charity and Melinoë, you guys are like, these are vampires, and yeah, I'll give you a little bit more like information because you guys worked it out together. That these plants, like these vines, seem like a natural version of them, but then you see like some of the trees that are planted in like outdoor, like by the streets, have been like injected with these thorns. Like as soon as the thorns wrap around it, but then these trees also start growing those red roses.
Okay. And I add to my collection and grab a section, like grab a chunk of the tree that's right where they're being pricked by thorn, like right where they're been infected by the thorns, just for more things to look at later. And then after that, I'd be like, wait, where did the other two go? Oh no.
Charity kind of does like a little mental, like, she points to Melinoë and then to herself, and then she's like looking around. Yeah, there were 4 of us, right?
Yeah, there were. I do this all the time. I'm so sorry.
My apologies, I wasn't paying attention either.
Are there any signs of where Tsoki and B went?
Yeah, roll me a 20-sider.
No way that's gonna go bad.
No way. No way whatsoever, because the other thing is just to try to follow the infection.
Yeah, it's fine, right?
Yeah, you know exactly where they went. They went that way, pointing down the wrong street completely, like 100% pointing down the street that he did not go.
Well,
I suppose we have no choice but to look.
it's more chance to try to see what's going on with the city. Maybe
Right.
find some locals. Alright. We're gonna go off in the direction.
Never mind the gunfire here in the distance. We'll keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll one more time, Sparkly.
Oh,
maybe
thank
you'll find a clue on your way.
It's always I'm not saying it until I have.
I like it when the rerolls are 1.
Yeah,
Oh.
reroll
Okay.
one happens more often than not.
You guys do you come upon like a little goo from B, and it's just like, oh, it must be that way.
I want Sherry just to pull in it's like, no, this way. Oh, okay.
Like, you're definitely gonna be a little late to the party,
Yes.
but let me grab you 3 up.
Just break out into a jog, start following the little puddles.
All right, so here we go. B will be right behind, and then you two will be a little bit further behind. So, Tsoki, you see 4 of these little rose gremlins. I don't know if I'm going to move them closer for the people on the stream to see them too. They're perched up on top of this building, and they are about to attack. Like, you see lithium, basalt, and this one, and carbon. These 3, like, turning their guns on the flowers, and just they start firing, and they are firing the same kind of bullets you saw that hit Joaquin.
Got it.
And with each bullet, you see these roses like start to wilt away and just immediately die. And through the visor, they lose all magic.
I guess Tsoki will like try to run up to the group, placing himself in between the citizens and the rose gremlins, and he'll pull out his lightsaber and just kind of say, watch out, we got more coming from the skies, as he just kind of prepares for them to get a little bit closer.
Becky's here too.
No, not Becky.
Now we know what's really at stake. Yeah, they're gonna come down for an attack. I'm just rolling once for all 4 of them. They did, you did great. They didn't do horrible. You did great. What did you do to take out 2 of these?
So I'm just waiting for him to come, and I've got the lightsaber katana from Black, and I just kind of, as they're coming forward and like swooping down, I'll, just run forward and just like cleave through 2 of them, as I'm also like jumping to dodge the other 2 as they come in. And I imagine that the other 2 comically like slam into each other and then regain their balance, and I'm just on the other side of them now.
Absolutely. You hear Lithium with like an audible gasp, and she's just like, by the not forgiven. And like she takes a step and she's like, we really needed your help. Are the rest of you coming? And then she like turns and looks and sees like B. You come down the road and like you see 2 rose gremlins like around Tsoki. Both of them have like super sharp teeth. They have like, one of them has a whip, and the other one's using like a rose like whip that's just one of its arms, and the other one has like a garrote, and he's trying to get behind Tsoki. B is typing, everyone, just so you know.
See that I'm gonna shoot off a quick sleep.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a 20-sider. Alright, let's put these things to sleep. Oh, no, you don't have to. Yeah, success. You see these 2, gremlins as they're screaming, Tsoki. One of them just kind of, like, leans forward and falls right on its face, just thud on the ground. And another one, like, tries to grab onto the building and just falls, but he's dangling from the whip on its arm. But they're both just completely asleep. Melinoë and Charity, you guys come up right at the same time. And you guys have read the reports. If you have, you can say that you haven't. That's fine too. But if you have read the reports, you've read about the fact that there are strange gremlin type creatures that have been made, like roses made into creatures.
Has anyone like actually like in depth like examined one?
They have not, because they shot 4 of them through the face with a bow and arrow and left them hanging on the wall.
Okay.
Charity's gonna go up to the one that's kind of like hanging and kind of lean in close, look at its face, particularly its teeth and stuff, to see if the vampire theory holds up.
Oh, most certainly. These things' teeth look very similar to the thorns that you've already investigated.
I also want to take a look to see if they were originally another creature and if they were also infected by the roses.
That'll take a 20-sider.
Rolling a lot today.
At least the dice have been more or less polite. There it is. It looked like a 2 for a second.
Yeah.
Everybody on the stream missed how long it held on to a 2, but it's a 12 that held on to a 2 for entirely too long. As you were studying them, they look like parts. There's definitely like wasp wings and wasp like exoskeletons incorporated into this.
Okay, so but like it's just like wasp parts. That's about it.
Wasp parts and roses, and yeah, that's what makes these gremlins. But not even like full wasp parts, like broken up wasp parts.
It's Charity. Look at this. They're repurposing the wasp parts.
That's exactly what happened in the forest. In the wasp hive, this thing made itself out of amalgamation of these dead wasp pods. It's the creature that I killed, and then the roses bushes came from that. They only flowered after I gave them my blood. And the thing that chased me, it wanted my magic. It thought that by eating me, it would get my magic.
Let's go check on the civilians. I'll
Yeah.
walk up to Tsoki and B.
Is there one close to me?
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's gonna eat it.
Yeah, be doing bee things. I will inform everybody that the bee candy went to the tower.
Oh.
Or
Perhaps that's
appeared-
where the roots are?
Yeah, appeared to go to the tower.
Well, Art's typing up. I do want to like mention to everybody.
Okay, I'm gonna look around real fast and give it a noodling to see if I can figure any internal stuff out.
Give it a noodling for sure. With a success, you're gonna get. Yeah, you open it up, and a noodling. Do you mean like you're gonna go inside of it, like gonna like go in through its mouth and like figure it out from the inside out? Or are you like gonna dissect it? Like it's only asleep, but you could put it down real quick.
Want to like look over Beat's shoulder while
No,
she's doing that.
like 2 tentacles max.
Nice, gross, gross. I've seen enough hentai. So B goes into this thing, and you see Basalt, who is this one wearing the plague doctor mask, really gets up in there and watches, just like super close.
All three of us are just like.
So he's gonna walk away and be like, oh, I hate it when she does that.
Like
Charity's
Lithium's
like
gonna
trying to like look over the shoulder, like trying to get a good.
like then Lithium looks over, sees what's happening, is like, "Ugh," and just like walks away with Tsoki, like no thank you, no thank you, no thank you. Bodies are gross. So real quick for the stream chat, I do notice, and like there are, if you guys want to change your mind, there are 2 overrule cards out there. I know that 2 people, at least one person has overrule. Either one person has 2 or 2 people have 1. If you have that and you want to play overrule, you guys can have all just changed your mind and come to help them instead. I'm just throwing that out there. That is how the overrule card can work.
Yeah, I've got one.
Okay.
I'm not playing.
No, you're fine and feel secure where you are.
Yeah, I can handle it, probably. We, the team, we got this. Probably. No problem.
All right. So, B, you go into this little guy, and you realize that you could push out, like, it is full of blood. It is full of, like, a mixture of blood. It's very hot. The temperature-wise, it is super hot inside this thing's body. And it tastes a bit like rotten eggs.
Gross.
Yeah, it's real gross. But because it's all successes for you, you can figure out a little bit more. You can push all of the blood that's in it out. And then kind of puppet this thing for a little while.
Deal. So done.
Alright, so B, put yourself at 8 HP from 12, and put this little guy at 4 HP, and both of them count as B. This is also B for the record. Let me tint color change it. B is both of these.
Nice.
But yeah, it's because it's always going to be a success. You did not see any real will/mind of its own in there. Like, they want blood because that's how they do, but they aren't like maliciously going after it. They are little more than animal. Actually, they're a little less than animal. They're somewhere between plant and animal. Also vampires.
Here, you're just kind of watching the show like, that's wickedly... That is both disgusting and fascinating. I've never seen anything quite like that.
So there's no bigger thing saying to get blood then.
There is no one directly ordering them, no. They are just doing what they, and this is like massive air quotes, naturally would do.
Rules. The basic instinct is to go hunt for blood. That's it.
And so Lithium walks up, like Tsoki and Lithium are both like just checking on everybody. Mostly just scratches and like massive loss of blood to some people. You do see Carbon like he's pulling out what looks like HP shots to you, or close enough that you recognize that, and through your visors it does seem very similar to the technology that you guys use, and he's healing people as much as he can. He's just like, we can get them back into okay shape, but it's going to take time for them to replenish their own blood. We need a safer place to stow them.
Do you have
Bees
anywhere
makes the
in
little
mind?
dude flap around in the background.
Go ahead, Tsoki.
Yeah, do you have anywhere in mind that might prove to be more secure?
She's like, I was hoping, like, did you bring your ship? The sub or the airship?
No. The message we got was not clear enough to indicate that we needed a bigger response. So you got the four of us.
Lithium's like, damn it, that radio tower has been down for days. Like, she is very specifically talking about this radio tower, not your radio tower.
Okay.
And she's just like, we've been having problems with the lumberjacks near the forest. We haven't had any communication with them. If we could just get to them. And she's like, she looks and she's like, alright, the way I see it, there's two possibilities. Well, three. A, you guys get us out of here, however you got here. We give up on the city for now and we try to retake it in the future. Or, well, like when we have a stronger command, when you can bring your full force to bear. Second, like, and she looks over at all of the flowers and like the leftover vines. You get our lumberjacks. They shouldn't have any trouble getting through here. But if they don't know we're in trouble, how are they supposed to know to get back here? And third, somebody has to deal with that tower. And as she says that tower, that's when Arts 1 really comes into effect. And you hear like the most menacing roar you've ever heard. Literally all of your blood. So I guess Melinoë is perfectly fine, and B is the opposite, feeling it the worst. Freezes in your body for a second.
Yikes.
Literally stopped. And then goes back. Like,
Charity.
there... Go ahead.
Charity hugs herself and she's like, so about the tower, it seems like that's where you said the candy went, Tsoki?
Yep.
think the tower is where we need to go to find the source of this.
Do we think if we cut it off at the source, the rest might retreat?
That is a possibility.
If it's taking food to the source, then yes, the tower.
Can I see who is the little of the group of the civilians? Who's the most beat up at the moment?
Yeah, the most beat up would probably be the picket. This picket frog. He's one of the Linkertons. He has like a gun with him. Like he's just right next to him is Carbon. Like he wears a gas mask. He is a member of Gibbet.
Mm-hmm. Hold on just a second. And I'm gonna go ahead and cast Med and to try to heal up mend some of the minor wounds he has, just to give him a bit more of a boost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, this is like, excuse me. I'd like to heal you just so you could take care of yourself a little bit better. Oh, that came out wrong.
All right. So the frog looks over and he's just like he's got a little bit more color to his face now. He's just like, "Thank you." And like Carbon looks over, he's like, I heard you at the Wander Corps very potent in magic." And the way he says magic feels weird. And you see a little like scanner up, and he goes up and down your body with it, and then he looks at it, and he's just like, Is
that the same one that Liddy looked at Charity with? Like the same sort of oh gosh, okay.
Oh lord.
And he's just like, real quick, I'm gonna take care of a roll for the chat. So you guys are fixing the tower. So Nika is gonna make a roll, and then I will give you guys your options. Nika rolled a 2. Who's the first to lower that 2 to a 1? Who is it? Who's got my back?
Got a guess?
Stylus got it first. Haha, it's fine. Which does still make it a still makes it a not a failure, but it makes it a 6. So it's okay. Saw it twice for some reason. Kawari, I'm sorry. You missed it by a second. Alright, so your options are... Alright, so... Option A, stay in the Silver Temple, repair the communication tower and library. After a roll of 1 through 10, the repair equipment malfunctions and the progress on the repairs slows down. The repairs are delayed long enough that the communicators will not be fully functional until the 6-shooter game, which is on the 24th.
No.
Ouch.
This is fine.
We don't know about this, though. We're just like,
Oh, yeah,
totally in
we're
the dark.
fine. we're gonna go into this tower where all the magic's been going to.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's your first choice. Like, you can, Oh, this is wrong. Alright, this is wrong. This all went weird. Okay. So that is what happened. Nika will be putting up the options in just a second. Actually, you know what? I will give you guys all an option. You guys can make this up in, like, I forget what I have typed here. You guys can't see it anyway, but forget what I have typed here. How would you guys stop this from happening? Like, what AP would you use? What abilities would you use? How would you get this done? Like, something messed up major. Like the equipment malfunctioned and the progress has been terrible. Something went very, very wrong. What went very wrong? And then how did you fix it? Like, if you guys can give me good enough pitches to, like, make this right, I'll let Nika roll again for it. Or I'll have Nika roll again, not let. That's rude. But back to the game.
Alan, real quick, do you want a big one or a small one?
On what?
No context. Just tell me big or small.
Sure. Just give me a small.
Okay.
Oh, you're doing anomaly?
I'm doing novel.
Yeah, you are.
I have played.
All right. So the anomaly. Yeah, you're repairing the communications towers at Silver Thimble after the airship crashed into it. Yeah, now we're seeing this all twice. You guys. Charity, can you give me a 20-sided?
Okay.
There we
Whew,
go.
okay.
16, everybody.
Okay.
It was a success.
Oh.
You look down, like the way that you came, like something's tickling your brain behind you, and you see some vines creeping up from underneath a manhole, and they are slithering like a snake towards you.
Charity looks at the others and says, we've got an issue here. Don't want to alarm anybody, but I think they're either in the sewers or, well, they're just taking any route possible, and they're coming for us. She points at the vines that are coming across the floor.
They're going straight for Charity.
It does look like it's heading straight for Charity.
I'm gonna.
Oh no, it
I-
remembers.
I'm just gonna, while she's freaking out, pick her up from like underneath her armpits and put her on my shoulders like you would for someone playing chicken. Just like stay up here.
What are you doing?
Less of a target. I'll put you down later.
Charity like reaching down on top of her head, like she trying to balance herself.
Like no, I'm just like, you know how like parents like carry their kids on their shoulders. Basically, it's what the same thing I'm doing to you.
Yeah.
Like not taking any chances.
Yeah, I like this one just fine. Here we go.
It remembers me. Oh dear. Who's that Pokemon?
Oh lord.
It's a terrifying fine snake. It is coming down the alley. Like behind you. I think with the successful roll, you are able to warn everybody in time, so everybody sees it coming.
Love it.
What's your plan? Like, who does what? Lithium and Lithium, Basalt, and what the hell was his name? Started with a C. Carbon. Thank you. Absolutely, the duct tape definitely helps. You duct taping your radio tower together.
That's fine. It's not like we're gonna crash into it again.
Not again. I do like the idea that you have now made that radio tower fragile, just canonically.
Yep.
So you see Lithium like go to, she's loading up, like it's basically like a Barrett 50 cal like sniper rifle, and you see her like pull this bullet that is roughly the size of like, I don't know, probably bigger than her hand, and she's like slamming it in there. But Tsoki, you definitely see it, especially with the visor on, that it doesn't look like there's anything in her hand. Not that something's invisible, but there is no light, there is no reflection, there is nothing.
It's the absence of something in her hand.
Yes.
Ooh. Oh no.
Oh, no. If you use duct tape, you add the fragile tag to it. It fixes anything, but it makes it fragile. But don't worry, it'll be fine. I'm never gonna break the radio tower. I just like the idea that it has a tag of fragile on. Alright, so that's what you see. B, you see this thing coming too. This thing has no roses. This is all vines and thorn.
And it's just charging at Charity.
Yep, charging right at Charity.
Charity's taking her gloves off really quickly.
Does it feel like it has blood in it like the gremlins did?
Yes. If not, yeah. Oof. Okay. No, because it's got to be a success for you, because that's the rule I made. It has something that could be construed as blood. Oh wait, no. Sorry, this came from an anomaly card. No. There's something else in there. 100%. It is dripping some kind of like venom from its fangs. It you can feel like it has like a heart pulse, like it has something pumping blood. Something pumping something is what I mean. But it's not what you would consider blood.
Can I use abilities through my new puppet?
Absolutely, that is you. That is just you over there. But also, that is your blood in there. That is 4 HP worth of your blood. So you have a third of yourself in there. Third? Fourth? Third. Yes.
Sweet, I'm gonna send my new friend above the vine snake and have him use afflict on it.
What are you going to afflict on it?
Silly.
Yeah, okay. So, little B minus over here, climbs on, like, gets on top of it and just bites it. Creating this, like, you see it gets kind of euphoric. Like, there's definitely a moment where it's just like, and it's like waving its head back and forth and swaying the same way like a snake charmer has. When a snake charmer has control over a snake, you know what I'm talking about? Like, that is happening. It's not going to last long, but that is what is happening right now.
Oh, I have an idea.
Yeah, go for it. Anyone can step up and say whatever they want to do.
I'm gonna put down Charity really quickly.
Okay.
And then it's like, oh, I had an idea. Oh wait, I'm gonna put it back down. I'm gonna
everybody in like the all the people that like Becky and Basalt and Lithium all just like, that was really weird, right?
I'm gonna rush up to the vine snake and I'm gonna try to cast Eternal Slumber on it while it's like in this euphoric state. So it's like you place a creature into permanent and peaceful sleep.
Yeah, hit me with that 20-sider.
Oh, let's hope this works.
Yeah, so with a success, you do see like as it's like waving back and forth and like completely out of focus, Tsoki, can you roll me a 20-sider too?
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
That was almost woo.
Yeah, it was almost a 1, but mixed success. So your choice is You know what? No, I'm just gonna like lower the amount of information I for it because that's just the easier one for it. So it is like slowly goes down and like puts its head on the ground, and you start to see like Tsoki, you're looking at it through those visors, and it is a combination. Like every time like its heart beats or whatever's in there beating, you see for a second like the orange magic, and then it like something courses through it that's like a lightning bolt that's a little bit of purple magic. Like there's just a tiny like
Crap.
and yeah, if
Charity's the purple magic, right?
Charity's magic is the purple magic.
But it's coming from like a centralized area.
It's actually coming from like at the base of its tail. Like it arcs all the way up, it hits where its eyes are, and then it stops. And then like after a little bit, it does it again. And as it falls asleep, the more it's asleep, the further it goes. Like it slows down. Like its heart is slowing down.
Okay. So I'll let the party know that whatever is powering this thing seems to be coming from the tip of its tail. I'm gonna wander over there to the tip of the tail as it's falling asleep to get a real close look at whatever's.
Oh well, let me show you where the tip of the tail is.
Oh.
You can't see the tip of the tail. The tip of the tail is down this manhole.
Oh no.
I couldn't get one with the manhole pulled off.
So this is like massive. And it was
Yeah,
just kind of
it's real
slinking through
lo-
this- Okay.
Yeah, it's real long is what it is.
Can you tell what general direction the tail is going in? Like for
Down.
Tsoki?
It's going down there in the sewers.
The-
Or-
But just down, straight down, or down and then off to another direction?
Oh, just down and then like not down into the ground. It's like if you are like looking down the manhole, it's mostly roots, but then you can see a bunch of like not roots but vines and a lot of thorns. Getting down here without cutting the roots and stuff away is impossible unless you want to get hurt by these thorns.
Okay. So it's just down
So-
there or something.
So the
Through
source
all-
of. So the source of those vines are coming from down here, but you saw the candy go towards the tower.
Yeah. The tower was orange, right?
Yep, the tower was bright orange.
So
This is orange and purple.
Yeah, and that's what Soki's going to say. It's just like, well, the tower's magic is orange, and down here it's more orange and purple, so it's connected, but something else.
It's connected to me then. As I was told I was purple by Pim. I'm not sure if it's safe for me to remain here if we don't go down the manhole. But that's not what we're here for. However, if something is using my magic, I kind of would like to go visit it.
Gunshots in the background.
Yeah.
As that one like rose gremlin has gotten back up and they all just fucking just empty their guns on it.
Melinoë, how long do you think that creature will be asleep?
It's like forever. It's eternal. It's
So
permanent.
Maybe we go deal with the other problem and come back for this one, perhaps?
Yeah, that probably sounds like a good idea, though I have a feeling it's probably connected to the rest of the vines. But at least you know what it looks like, so the color, so we can track it later, if it goes away. Let's go help them out. Oh, wait,
I
hold on.
suppose we should help. I suppose we should help more people than just myself. Okay.
All right, so you guys want to head to like all right, so you guys get back to the the group. Which map was that? It was this one. This guy's still here, but he's asleep. This guy got shot to death. This one is still part of B.
Rue's gonna
And-
say something.
What's that?
I saw Rue typing, so I was just waiting.
Oh, absolutely. It's actually perfectly fine when Art plays, because all that, like, when I'm waiting for Art to talk, all I'm doing is like making other maps. But alright.
Oh, I was just gonna suggest before we go, maybe we should send the people we found to the fairy otters so they don't get eaten.
We can escort them, and if something pops up, we can take a look at it. Because I have a feeling that if the vines are coming for charity, they will follow us.
That's a fair point. It doesn't make me feel any better, but it's a fair point.
I see Art just typed something, but it did not say it. Art said, if we go the other direction, I think they should be fine going on their own.
Out of curiosity's sake, I guess we're gonna relay this to them, the idea of having them go to the ferry, like, and the signal to get his attention is to start screaming or just yelling really loud. That's what we decided on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Artemisius, B+/Ru yup.
Yup.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm liking all of the stuff the crew's doing for the repair in the towers. That's good. It's all good stuff. We'll make another roll in just a minute for that. Alright, so Tsoki, as like they all get ready to go, they're just like, alright, and we'll wait on that ferry for you. How long do you want us to wait? And you see her like push another bullet in and like do the whole like chambering the round.
I'd say probably as long as you can. If it looks like you won't be able to get out and you're waiting for us, then just that is the point where you leave.
All right. Will do. And if you see any more of if you see any more people, send them that way. We'll try to protect them.
Could you stop by the sandwich shop and pick up the deliverer and the proprietor?
Yeah, the proprietor.
They're along the way. You should find them. They're just kind of out and about.
You just hear screaming as the deliverer goes running by.
Oh well, won't have to look too hard then.
And like they all, like carbon size. He's like, I'm on it. And you see him throw the wounded one that Melinoë healed over one shoulder, and another one that has his leg in a splint in another shoulder, and he just starts heading off after where the deliverer ran off to.
We did say we'd be screaming when we came back.
I'm gonna really quickly, because I'm gonna recognize Becky from what Laura told me and be like, she wants to do this. Hi, I have a gift from a friend. And to
Becky's just like, I'm sure I couldn't know anybody that you would know.
you do know my friend Lore.
Linkerton like looks over. One of the Linkertons looks over and sees Becky taking the shield charm. And like you just see him pull out a little notebook. And the camera would see him write down the name lore, and then known associates Becky,
Oh no!
underline, underline, underline.
Oh
No,
This is fine.
Becky.
no! No! I'm trying to.
It's fine.
He opens notebook back up, underline.
Would be noticed the note taking.
Would be noticed. I don't think so. I don't know any reason that B would actually be looking for it.
Okie dokie.
That's a very funny way to say okie dokie. Alright, so let's get the team off to adventure. I'm very much enjoying all the the teamwork that everybody is doing. Nika, can you give me another 20-sider and let's try to make this one right, shall we? That's a 9. I know a couple of you got your cards refunded.
They have confidence as well. And
That's a
play
10.
plus
That
one.
okay, there we go. So there we are. That's fine. Everybody's good. It's a success. I'd rather you guys not make it a 20. Like, if that's a make it a 20, I'm going to have it ended. Okay, the baby bird's perfectly fine. Only because only a natural 20 would have worked for that one, because I gave you guys round 2. Because I'm nice like that. Alright, so after a roll of 11 to 20, the repaired equipment works perfectly and the crew makes excellent progress. So, option 1. The crew finishes repairing the communications tower today and are able to send the party in dyad, giving the party a bonus to all their effects to help in the city. So you guys can show up right here, right now, get this done. Obviously, I knew what this game was. Option B, the crew doesn't... It takes a little bit longer to finish it, but you find a signal that you can lock onto. It's the away team, giving the 2 away team games a bonus and helping them get home. So that's your choice. Option 1 and option, the option thing is actually an old joke of mine. So there you guys go. Nika will put up the poll, I'm sure. That is, the first one, help the crew that you're looking at right now. The second one is help A. You guys have already got the radio tower fixed back up. If you pick the second option, it's not fixed up during this game. It's fixed up later. But if you take the first one, it's fixed now. And there we go. So back to you guys. Hey, you guys want to see what's at that tower waiting for you? Because that's where you guys are
Yeah.
going? Right.
Sure.
Hey, remember this is from a 1.
I love him.
Remember when I said that one of those flowers had an egg in it and its eye was looking out?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah.
keep it?
that. Can you kiss it? You can probably kiss it.
She's like, keep it.
Oh, keep it. I mean, not as easily as you can keep your little friend here.
Aw.
That's a dragon.
That
It appears
is
so.
a dragon. Ugh.
I was more expecting someone coming out of a coffin and talking about
Well-
sucking my blood.
It just because it has vampire properties does not mean it just your typical storybook vampire. Ugh.
I was hoping for something simple. Sue me.
You do not know how much later. It's not, it's before the speakeasy. It's faster than it would have been. You'd have it up by tomorrow's game.
Right. So,
It's so obvious question: is it awake and looking at us?
Oh, 100%, 1,000%, it's awake and looking.
I wanna wave at
It felt B turn that corner, and its eyes snap directly on her, and it just like opens its mouth and does a blood freezing roar.
So, as it's still technically undead, Charity is going to look at it. She's going to kind of like stretch her magic out. She's going to try to commune with the dead. Just try to talk to it, just telepathically, just to see.
Oh yeah, give me a 20-sider.
Just to see if there's any intelligence there she can work with.
Alright, got an 11, so there is definitely something going on in there. What'd I do? So while you do this, you hear thousands of voices. And not like in chaos or anything like that. Just
It's oh,
It's always ghosts.
it's always ghosts.
that's how I came here.
But right now, the only people that see this is Melinoë will be able to see them if they use commune with the dead or anything. But Tsoki, you are seeing these ghosts too.
I need to update my abilities.
It's
on
not
my-
one thing. It's well,
So
obviously
many.
there's a dragon, but it's full of ghosts.
If I take the visors off, do I still see them?
When you take the visors off, you see them even clearer. Like they've seen. It feels like the spirits were muddied when you were looking through the visor. Like, oh, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna hand the visor off to B and be like, "B, you might want to take a look at this."
So basically, when she tries to
He
communicate,
puts them on.
all they get is just like a lot of different voices.
A chorus of voices that aren't saying anything that you understand. They are I'm thinking of the quote that if you could understand if you could understand what a lion was saying, it wouldn't make any sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's exactly that. Like you can understand the words this plant is using, but it doesn't make any sense to you. It's just like it's basically eat blood, eat blood, son, eat blood, son, eat blood, son, and it's saying it like 1,000 times in a voice that is just almost enough to knock you off your feet, but like you rolled an 11, so I'm gonna let that ride.
Okay, so she just tries to close off the link as best she can, kind of like closing her eyes for just a moment, and she's just saying, it's too many. It's not one being. It's a combination of beings. I don't know how else to put it, and I don't understand what they want.
With that information, could I go ahead and cast Diagnose to figure out if it's a spell or a curse that's causing all these spirits to come together?
Yeah, give me a 20-sider. Also, how does B wear them? Like, does B... See, I know that B's art right now is generally B as, like, a humanoid woman. But I always picture B as just, like, this ball of blood that's just rolling down the street. It's like, I know she has clothes, but I often think that B's less, like, wearing the clothes when not in, like, picture deals or, like, time for pictures and stuff.
She puts them where her eyes would be, and they kind of sink in and float around.
Gross.
Exactly what I was picturing.
Just jello. Alright.
Rolled a 16.
Absolutely. So, with that 16, you can diagnose the fact that as, like, it's less your necromantic powers that come in handy here. It's your doctor powers. This thing is dangerously low on blood. It's huge. Like, it's absolutely huge. And, like, you can see these vines, the rose vines, are technically its veins. And every time it pulls in any blood, like, it is giving itself a transfusion. And this would be the fun moment that, Melinoë, you look over and you see that egg that Tsoki was following has finally made it through the tangle of vines that the city has. And it is now not low on blood. You can basically diagnose this thing with having B inside of it now.
Oops.
And it roars, and the thing that happens is, like, you see, like, dozens of tentacles come out of its open mouth, like sharp barbed tentacles, as it roars and start, like, slashing out, like hitting buildings, like cutting buildings clean in half, and just, like, they're coming at you now. So I'm gonna make that roll. It's attacking Melinoë. Oh, that's right. I pulled out the roll thing, didn't I? I was like, why can't I click on it? It rolled an 18.
Oh!
Melinoë, it has, like, 3 of the tentacles. Like, when you were in the middle of the diagnose, like you already said, like, you got locked into it. This was very interesting. It's just like, what's happening here? Like, and as a doctor and as a necromancer, you're interested. But, like, it wraps 2 tentacles around your leg and 1 just around your throat, and it's now, like, dragging you upside down towards its mouth. Whee!
This
Also-
isn't good.
That's 4 damage, for the record.
Okay.
Okay. So Charity's gloves are off. She is immediately going to try to grasp at one of those veins, and she's going to cast Corrupt. Just to try to
You guys
shock
all...
it.
Sorry, yeah, absolutely. I'm with what you got here.
So it does 1 damage. Oh no!
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
So there was a shield, so it's instead of 4, it's 2.
It is, in fact, 2.
Okay. And,
I
I just noticed.
That's a 1 sitting right in the middle of their screen. Alright.
It's fine.
Okay. Alright, Charity. What do you think a 1 looks like here?
Well, her gloves are off, and she is trying to. She's trying to hurt that thing. Like, well, the most it does is like one. She might have missed and accidentally hit Melinoë.
Oh, you're gonna.
Grab-
Oh, okay. So my phylactery is the skull, so you could hit that, and that would cause damage.
Yeah. She's like just because she's not fast enough to grab hold of that tentacle or that vine and hit it with the magic. She just it's all in her hand and ready to go, and she just touches. So it does 1 damage now and does another damage later. Another point of damage, but I the next round.
I think a very fun thing that could happen here is, Charity, your gloves off, and you didn't notice that you got scratched. You didn't notice it,
No.
but now you're noticing it. As you're trying to cast Corrupt, a little rose is growing out of that cut
On like her hand.
on your hand. Yeah.
She just kind of like panics and jumps back. It's like staring down at her hand.
All right, we'll leave that one right here. Who wants to go now? You got Tsoki, you got B. Melinoë's gonna have to take a turn, well, upside down at some point, but
Yeah.
that one's gonna be last. And also, bees apparently like burning hot, like bubbling, like boiling. I'm picturing it very much like that scene from Ghostbusters 2.
Oh.
If you guys don't know the scene from Ghostbusters 2, it's real gross. It's like somebody
think I
took a
know
bunch of gack and like blew bubbles with it.
Yeah, I know
Mhm.
exactly what you're talking about.
I do believe the crew did settle on showing up, though. Yeah, fuck the bunnies, I guess. That's fine. It's cool. Whatever, guys. It's fine. I'm not mad about
I'm very tempted to flip that one around.
it. That's very funny.
Yeah. But since I'm not part of the crew this time, I don't think I have an actual reason to flip that around. So I'll let it stand. Just thinking it.
I'd do it.
I know you would.
What do you guys got? Let me know. Do something.
All right.
I'm gonna attack you again.
So what I'm doing, I'm gonna play this card, and Tsoki's gonna say something. He's gonna say, "Well, looks like this is no time to be taking it easy." And he's gonna sheath his lightsaber, pull out his other sword, which is just called Fate.
The target takes damage.
I want you to remember that you gave this to me,
I did.
and Tsoki will be again glowing. And I'm gonna channel 4 AP into that sword. And you need a reminder on what it do.
I do, unless it's on your character sheet. Then
I don't have it typed out on the character sheet. So.
then yes, please give everybody, including me, a reminder on what that.
All right. So this curved single-edged blade occasionally. There we go. I'm posting it in chat so they can read it too. Occasionally appears to flicker as though it is skipping through time. I'm going to channel the 4 AP into it. I'm going to project myself forward through time to attack a target. I'm going to roll the die 10 times to make 10 basic attacks on the target. If I do enough damage to kill the target, dies at the start of its next turn. If I don't, it sticks around until it's reduced until its health is reduced such that it is equal to or less than the amount of damage dealt using this effect.
This could be super bad for you too, though.
Oh yeah.
Okay, just all right, solid.
I'm just also pointing out Charity just grew a flower out of her hand, so like I'm thinking. Oh,
So, my initial intent with this is to try to cut Melinoë free.
Got it. All right, so that's the first 3 hits. The first 3 successes will cut the tentacles free of Melinoë.
Okay. So this'll be fine.
Yeah, it's just like what did Melinoë? I was trying to say Melinoë
Melinoë.
earlier. Melinoë. Melinoë. Melons.
Okay, so like
Yeah.
bologna, but with like bologna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope. Gonna pronounce it
Alright.
wrong.
So I'm just gonna start throwing dice at you.
Yep. You can literally do all 10 of them at the same time.
Okay. I'm sure this will be fine.
Yeah. There's 1 in there. None of
Mhm.
them are 20s.
I
But
can bump
alright.
one of them up to a 20. So let's just go fucking crazy.
Alright, so mixed success. Both of those, you're gonna. Alright, so. Oh, mixed success. 3, 6, 12. No, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20, 22. Failure's not going to do any damage, but you're going to dodge it, and you're going to take 4 as your red pill breaks.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to do another 3. So yeah, you did 25 damage to it,
Alrighty.
but it did 8 damage to you.
Yeah.
like breaking your like the 5, you just missed. You didn't hit it, but it didn't hit you back. The mixed successes, you did less damage, but it didn't hit you back because every time you were just dodging. What's it look like when Tsoki's doing this, though?
So the way that I always imagine it is, since I'm projecting myself through time, it's very, very anime, where it's just like his runes start glowing, and then he just kind of disappears for a second, and then you like see a trail of wherever he's going, and he's just kind of like cutting through everything that he can. But since this is the first time that he's tried it, he's not efficient at it, which is why the first 2 were so bad. As he's maybe pushing himself too far or trying to break through too much, and then he cuts back just a little bit to finish out the rest of it. And then he'll just kind of like, from the spot where he left, he's now turned around, but he like stumbles and falls out of it as he's hit himself a few times. And then it all just kind of happens at the same time.
Someone reminded that there's a 2 HP shield, so does that...
Yeah,
count it
it's
as-
technically 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, when I say the numbers, I'm going to say them before any of you shoot.
Okay. Am I,
I
still
like that you
hanging
rolled-
upside down?
You are you're slowly falling down.
Okay.
I'm gonna let B go real quick, because she is already typing. What you got for me, B? Yeah, there's still. You guys will be. Nobody can see that yet. You will be here there in a second. I want everybody to be able to get their turn in before he shows up, though.
Mhm.
First, I want to send B over to Tsoki to use heal on him, and the B is gonna attempt to puff up, taking the form she usually has with Pim, and try to intimidate the dragon.
Alright, so B minus is over here. And is this gonna heal? How much does heal him for? Is it like full? I can't remember about heal. Remember, B doesn't have to make any.
Full.
Yep. B doesn't have to make any rolls because she is taking successes for everything. So you puff up. And like. It is not having a great time right now. Tsoki, you are
I guess
fully...
she's also boiling from the heat too.
Yeah, you're also boiling from the heat. Yes, Tsoki, I think the way that like B minus is gonna work is basically the opposite that B positive works. As this little like gremlin lands on your shoulder that you are aware is B, but then like bites your shoulder and heals you. Like you feel like it injecting B into you.
It's just like, oh, okay, yeah, oh, that's better.
It's like 8. No, 6 because you had 6 HP missing. It's 6 hypodermic needles all at the same time. But, oh, it's so hot. It's so hot. Also, hey B, you remember? Tsoki, I need you to roll me a 6-sider.
Maybe. Let's go. 2.
A 2.
It's a new one.
A 2. Oh, sweet. Okay. Hold on. 2's very funny.
We love funny. Or at least I love funny.
So, for the rest of this game and the next game Tsoki plays in, whenever you sweat. It's not blood, but it looks like blood and it smells like blood. So, like, whenever you roll low in any like stealth kind of check, people will see that, you know?
Nice. I have art for that.
Yeah, right? You do have the wet one.
Could have been worse, XD.
Could have been worse. A 6 isn't worse, but a 6 would have been. I was just gonna go with the 6 just by default, but I like being honest to the candy. Alright, Melinoë, you are falling through the sky. Tsoki did just like do a crazy laser light show with a lightsaber
Mm-hmm.
and cut all the tentacle free of all the tentacles, but you are falling.
I have a glaive. Can I try to, as quickly as possible, pull it out and like stab it into the monster so I can try to catch myself?
Yeah, that sounds like an attack roll.
Hope this works.
That's a 14 for sure. Yeah, you yeah. What does it look like?
So as I'm falling, I whip it out as soon as I can and just thrust it into the side of this thing, and I guess let gravity and my weight try to. It's like using the monster to slow myself down as falling, and just trying to cut into the abdomen of this thing.
Oh, for sure. Like as you're like clear cutting, like you do open his abdomen, and you guys looking inside this massive wound, you do see remnants of burial shrouds and coffins and sarcophaguses and just like a bunch of different cultures, like way of preparing their dead is inside this inside this creature. Like it's got mummies in there, and just they're not moving, they're just here. And then you guys hear like the sound that is very clearly the airship like arriving, loaded with the whole crew, because they finally got the full message that Thaddeus was sending out, which was basically the opposite of what you thought the message was. And crew, all of you, what are you doing? You see this, you like, are you guys helping them? Are you trying to like clear people out of the city? Are you like attacking this Rose thing? Are you trying to like, are you attacking the big monster, or are you trying to help people from the little monsters? Silas just shooting it. It's like pew pew. All right, Charity, you're looking down at your hand. You have this rose growing out of it, and it doesn't have an eye in it. It's very similar to like the piranha plants from Mario. It just has a mouth with a bunch of teeth, like snapping up at your face.
And is it like firmly attached to her?
Yeah, it feels like I don't want to fuck with squeamish people. So if you're really squeamish, mute me for like 5 seconds. But unless Charity is really squeamish, and then I'll like have to like give it a second.
Go ahead.
Okay. It feels like one of the its vine is one of your veins. Like you can feel it like inside of you, like poking everything next to it, like all the way up your arm. It probably stops around like your bicep.
So yeah, yanking it off is not going to.
It would really fucking hurt.
Yeah. And cutting it off would be a bad idea. But it's like actively trying to attack?
Yeah, it's actively attacking you. And with like every second, every time your heart beats, it gets a little bit bigger.
Oh god. I don't know what she would use. Gosh, I'm trying to think like I know it seems like a bad idea, but she's gonna try to like she's got the standard rapier now. She's gonna take that out and try to just chop it off at the like underneath where the blossom's coming out.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I need to roll for that.
Yeah, you do.
So everybody's watching Charity just pull out this rapier and is like looking at her arm, and she's like looking at her hand.
Oh, look at
18.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, you got the top clean cut off. Like you can see the fact that it's starting to reform, but do you have like I don't know if anybody has any fire magic. You realize immediately that if you just like cauterize this, it will slow it from being able to regrow very quickly. I don't know if you have any way of getting fire.
I do not.
It's not.
Going to call out to people. It's like, does anybody know fire magic? Got a lighter, a torch, anything? Just increasingly, like the panic is rising in her voice.
Shit, the lighter's still with the crew that went into the Wasp Hive.
The closest thing I have is the frostbite ability that Tsoki learned from Nicole, which is, from what I understand, burn but cold.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I don't see why not.
Oh, and B is boiling hot though.
B is boiling. Do you plunge your hand into B?
Oh,
Or
yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, this is just so. They look over at B and they're like, "Okay, B, sorry for this."
I
and
was
she
just gonna ask
punches-
that XD.
Oh,
it's kind of like, stick her hand in.
that's so
Awful.
good. Like
Oh.
you thrust your hand in that, and this is where B would make a roll. Except for B is taking all successes. Except for this is where I'm making that one.
Oh no!
You feel this?
I like this.
You feel this like vine snake out of like your hand, and like it's
Oh,
moving.
no.
It rips itself out. It didn't hurt that bad because like it like lowered the thorns specifically. Inside B is this like swirling snake of thorns, and you see a bunch of flowers bloom and die and bloom and die and bloom and die, and like B kind of for like, and this happens in like the space of 30 seconds. Like the bodies that are falling off of this huge fucking like dragon creature, like and crashing on the ground in front of B as B's all puffed up to protect you guys and like trying to intimidate it. The vine's like going out and snatching parts up and like putting them inside B as you are watching B like now B has like a rib cage, and like she's like becoming more of a physical form than she have. Like I just told you, I envision B like walking around like a blob, but now B's like got more of a humanoid form. Legs. B has legs, and that's gonna be wild for some people. Like long, vicious claws on both hands. Like what looks like braided hair. Who's the character I'm thinking about? StarCraft 2. Does anybody know that woman's name?
Kerrigan.
Kerrigan.
Yes.
That is what my dog is named after.
B looks like Kerrigan right now. Made of wasp parts, thorns, rose bushes, and dead bodies. What were you guys doing again? What was the chat doing to the thing? You guys, I saw the sniping, but
I want to point out Charity was not trying to feed me blood. Charity was trying to trying to cauterize the vine.
oh yeah, I know. But don't worry, that's all successes from B here on out. It's all successes. I wonder if I still have it somewhere.
This is the last time I take a suggestion
You gotta bring.
from.
Yeah. You should have known it was a trap.
I trusted my friend.
Are you gonna bring back?
I've known Professor Winter for many, many years.
What are the
Damn it.
bees from Halloween? Is that what you're looking for?
So, oh no, I was. So. Tsoki, B, Charity, you. Oh no, your role was taken up by trying to like fix yourself, and you did. Charity, you're fine. You're doing great.
For certain definitions of great.
Kawari's throwing a fireball.
I'm sorry, I panicked.
All right, B also recommended it. I want everybody to know. Also, B was saying it, and I'm pretty positive.
I did.
I'm pretty positive Art was saying it because she knew what I would do.
I'm all for it.
No
but-
comment.
I have an idea, but I want to see if Tsoki wants to go first.
You could go. I'm still thinking.
Okay. So since I basically cut a huge chunk of this open, so does it look like there are vines going into a central direction inside this dragon?
Yeah. You guys can see its heart.
Okay. I want to try to basically lock one hand around the glaive I am, and then with the other hand reach in as close as I can, and then cast and just like dump a whole bunch of AP into cast Eternal Slumber again into this. See if I can get, since it's like shoving bodies into B, and it's like I want to try to get it to fall asleep.
Oh, I'm sorry. I might have phrased that wrong.
Yeah.
It's not shoving bodies into B. B is stealing the bodies.
Oh, B is stealing the bodies. Okay, never mind. But I still would like to try to put this thing to sleep.
Yeah, go for it.
For something this big, how much AP should I?
Oh, I
use?
mean, this is a boss. It's not a boss beyond bosses. The wasp is still technically stronger than this, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And the worm is most certainly stronger than this.
See if I even have enough to attempt it.
Yeah, how much AP you got right now?
I have
Don't-
9.
You have 9. I say if you spend all 9 and get a success, it will fall asleep.
Okay,
Oh.
cool. Because if I knock myself out, I'll just be hanging there while it's still raging. So...
Basically,
yeah, let's do it.
a mixed success will like have an effect, but not quite as good. But a failure or a 1 in this situation is very dangerous for you.
Yeah,
Just want to get that out there. All right,
I'm gonna do
go
it.
for it. Hit me that. Give me
I'm
that
gonna
roll.
do it.
I believe in you. Look at that.
Ugh.
All right, and we're gonna say because it was an 11, only 1 above the 6. Like that is the threshold line, and like the damage that everybody is like raining hell on this thing. Like you're putting it to sleep as like you watch like giant chunks of flower petals go flying off of it. These vines are just everywhere. It's also like they are like you put it to sleep and it like nods and it falls. It's gonna fall straight forward, like at B, like its body is like collapsing. They are hitting the tower behind it, and like burning up all those roses. The Wraith Fire bomb and the 2 fireballs are burning this thing to shit. Like, pretend that tower's not there, because that tower's not there.
Mm-hmm.
But
Now that it's asleep, can I try to absorb it too?
that's a success, Art, because it's a success.
Oh wait, I'm gonna get sucked in too because I'm still attached to this
Oh,
thing.
you have a success. You can like the airship comes swooping down and grabs you. You guys see like Professor Winter did escape plan to get everybody out, and he swoops down to get Melinoë up on like the thing, like lands on the bridge, swoops down. You guys see like everybody else like with their hands up, like grabbing onto the ropes as you lower them and getting everybody nice and out of here. Again, this is very good publicity for the Wander crew.
Just
You- oh.
Professor Winter's holding a limp, really heavy robot.
We got a lot of robots.
Yep.
You guys watch slow, not even slowly. It's very quickly as the thrashing vines from inside B are just like, fuck. I don't know how to say this without more anime shit. Have any of you seen Hunter x Hunter? There is a scene in Hunter x Hunter where the character Kahlua like starts whipping his arms around and rips this like bug woman's arms to pieces, like with absolutely no problem. It's basically, imagine like spinning 2 whips so fucking fast that like you turn it into a blender. That's what B's doing with these vines coming out of her. But she, at the same time, she's pulling parts in. She definitely grabbed this thing's heart and yanks it into herself. And it's grabbed the fangs and the wings. And Art's typing something, and I really want to see what Art's typing.
She's doing a low growl the more she pulls in.
And it's just like... And that's all that happens right there. Let me see if I can layer. 1 second. 1 second, everybody. I know that you guys' tokens are gonna look weird for a second.
So can Charity, since we talked about like sensing all the other dead people, does Charity sense like more dead, like on the same level as the dragon, like going into B, like?
The ghosts are not going into B. That's important for me to mention. I'm sorry, everybody. Yeah. The ghosts are not. You see the ghosts just like Tsoki and Charity see the ghosts like floating around. Tsoki, are you holding your lantern? Are you carrying your lantern?
I sure am. I was gonna say I want to go interact with the ghosts next.
Yeah, Charity's gonna go up to him and she's going to say, "I'm so sorry that this happened to you." She wants them to find rest, and she's going to ask basically how to do that. I guess I'll go ahead and do commune with the dead again.
I want Tsoki to walk forward. He's got his lantern out now, and I want to try to channel magic into the lantern to do a thing.
All right, give me 1 second. Go to Tsoki's direct mess. No, wait, I've got it on a Google Doc.
I was like, do you need a reminder on what to do? Or the thing I'm trying to do?
Yeah, I have a million like Google Docs. Nobody worry. Okay. Oh, I'm in my magic item Google Doc. Everybody, some of these things I have not given anybody the Fool's Garment yet, and I can't wait till I do, because you got to tell me a stupid joke. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. I have lost Tsoki.
It's in there somewhere.
It definitely is.
I could send it. I could send you the thing I'm trying to do. That's the ability from it that I'm trying to use.
All right. So, yeah, we don't have to play the hot and cold game. So what Tsoki's trying to it's just you know where it is. Roll me a 20-sider.
Now, I would like to activate my tattoo to make this just an automatic success.
Oh, automatic success? Okay,
so
absolutely.
I think how this looks is I have that lantern out in front of me. I kind of got it planted to the ground. The tattoo on the back of my hand starts glowing as I grab the lantern, and then whatever happens from there.
Yeah, okay. So, Charity, you see all of these ghosts around. And they are all like nebulous ghost form, just they look like ghosts.
Yeah.
The one approaching Tsoki, and this is not like the ability is called capture, but it's not about capturing. It's about kind of more about protecting. And it goes up to the lantern, and the closer it gets to the lantern, the more actual form you see of this. Can you roll me a 4-sider, Tsoki? Two. Okay. So it is the west that the person comes and lands, and you see that it is very... Oh my god, it's absolutely tiny. It's the spirit was so small, but it looks like a mouse wearing medieval armor.
Making it out.
And it steps into the lantern and just sits there and is glowing as this ghost, this tiny, it is mouse size. It is not Brahm. I would tell you if it was Brahm. I would have straight up said, like, this is Brom. It is. Sorry to get your hopes up about that. And think about how many ghost mice we have. Just the one, really. I guess it could be Brom. I don't. Fuck. Yeah, yes, it could. It is Brom. Fuck. It's Brom now. God damn it. So Brom is now inside your lantern, and you can feel the pull to the west. Like whenever you hold your lantern, it is the spirit. Like always, you will always know which way is west, but you will always know where he needs to be laid rest. That is your mission. That is Tsoki's mission right now.
All right.
Is to lay Brom to rest. Tsoki's lantern thing is crazy weird, everybody, in case you didn't figure that one out when I initially it.
I've been teasing people with how long some of the
Is it
descriptions are without
just that
telling
one-
them anything.
Okay.
Oh, but the rest of them are just nebulously like doing like an eddy. They're churning up there, and only you can see them right now, Charity. Tsoki, now that he has captured soul in his lantern, cannot see the other spirits. But they are
Okay.
definitely in distress. Like,
Okay, so she's looking at, and she's clearly very distressed. And are the like you were talking about, like the shrouds and like coffins and whatnot? Are they still like kind of like all over the ground?
yes, yeah.
Okay.
No, a lot of them are
Well-
inside B and broken up into like B has
Oh,
swallowed
fuck.
everything. B has desecrated their bodies even worse than they were.
Oh,
Go ahead.
can she just like focus in on like just one of them, just trying to get like just one of them? I know that these are gonna be like, are they all like from disparate sources, or
Oh, they are
like
from
the same-
all over the world.
Oh shit. Okay.
Give me a 20-sider. I see Krieg's in the chat. So, Nika, can you roll me a 20-sider for Krieg? And Charity, you rolled me a 10. Excellent. All right. 13. It's a success. I'm just going to say it to you. We have a place that, like, this is basically Krieg talking. Don't worry, Krieg. If I say anything that you don't agree with, let me know. Krieg's like, I know a place where, and unless that's making it a 20. There it is. Professor Winter made it a 20. Charity.
Okay.
Charity, you have heard that the crew has helped ghosts before. Like, helped ghosts find meaning in their afterlife. Or,
Yeah.
like, if they're, like, loose spirits, the crew knows a place that you can help them. And give them, like, a nice afterlife until they can move on. Until we can, like, sort out, like, what's going on here. And Toast, Krieg, in the, on the airship, is basically like, I can introduce you to Squishy. Squishy and Toast run a hotel that everyone that works there is a ghost. And with your 20, which is what Professor Winter made it, you can convince these ghosts to go there. Or you can let them just haunt. Which, it's up to you. They seem aimless. They seem like listless is really what's going on.
her whole okay.
Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Her whole thing is finding, like, using her abilities for good, finding peace for the living and the dead. So she is definitely going to be like, there is a place you can go. You can work, find some kind of meaning or purpose until you are ready to depart this plane. And that's the offer. But
one of the ghosts comes up to you
yeah.
and like puts his hand over, like he's more of a human for like more like not human, like he was probably some kind of like, oh no, this one was probably some kind of dwarf. He comes up to you and he puts his hand over your hand and like draws a line over the scratch that was on your hand, and you see a little like silver like stitches start appearing, like super tightly knit, like amazingly knit stitches.
Oh.
And it's just like you don't have to worry about the damage from that anymore. It's perfect. It will be healed tomorrow. When you wake up, the stitches will fall out. And he just like bows and says something in a language that you don't fully understand. But no, I'll give it to you. It was a 20. He says, "By the blessings of the mountain," and like you see on his belt. And if you have gone to the hospital at all, which I think you did, you would recognize it. His belt buckle is a like an erupting volcano.
Okay.
And then like you guys are just like cleaning up the city. I actually, what's going on with B? The ghosts are taken care of. The dragon's taken care of. The crew's like sweeping the streets. Sweeping the sheets is wrong. Sweeping the streets for like vines and stuff.
I'm still knocked out.
We were given an AP shot for you
Yeah.
to see if that could wake you up. So I guess
Yeah,
I'll do that now while we're in the process of cleaning up.
Yeah, we're Uma Thurmaning Sparkly.
Yeah.
So the way that it would work, since she has to just consume the magic, instead of it like the shot working, it would just like start flowing out of it. Like you just see the essence of it and just flowing into the skull, and then just blinks away because it's like, oh, did it work?
That's cool. Yes, and I'm gonna say yes. I think so. It's gone.
Go ahead.
Just touching the skull, looking for cracks. Like, oh, there's one. Okay, I need to fix that later.
Is B just taking in all the bodies, or is she pulling up the roots too?
Whichever you would want. Like in my head, I pictured everything off of this tree and everything off this skyscraper and consumed it. Like, oh, it's typing, everyone. Nobody panic. You can panic a little bit if you want to.
If the flowers were connected to the roots in the sewers, she'd pull all that up too.
Oh, you guys see a lot of the flowers coming up, but not that vine attached to the sewers. That vine's gone. And also, this is fun. Like as you guys are clearing the streets, like with the airship, we'll cut to that real quick. You don't see where that snake body was anymore. Damn. And on the ferry,
Liddy.
like Lithium is not there. Lithium is not on the ferry with everybody else.
Charity's like, that was my magic.
Melinoë's gonna go up to B and be all like, is the heart consumed, or can I have it so I can study it?
I don't know how.
I don't know, like if it just immediately gets absorbed, or if like there's even just a piece of it left.
Or if it just got blended in with everything.
Basically, I'm just wondering like if there's just a tiny chunk of it left.
So just to clear up, I got more employees for the ghost hotel.
Yes, you have fully staffed that ghost motel. And now I'm going to have to do more stuff with that ghost motel. I'm looking forward to it. Man, October's going to be a trip.
It's Charity's flower thing pulling everything in, right? Not B specifically.
Yes, it is the leftover of that vine that was pulling everything in. You could try to stop it, and which would be a success if you want to stop it. But you've already, like, the one has changed a significant amount of you.
Okay, the heart is already absorbed then.
Damn it.
All right. So, if everybody wants to, it's going to be in the workshop channel. See a post that I literally sent to Art on December 28th. So, just in case you guys are wondering, do I plan for stupid shit? Like, I sent that to Art in December.
Nice.
But that's more or less like it's not exactly.
Still badass.
It's not exactly what B looks like, but it's close. It's closer than like the blob girl that you guys see is. But yeah, you guys can go into the sewers, and like as you go into the sewers, you don't see any more of the you don't see the vine down here anymore. You can see where it was, and all these roses and stuff are just here because I have not deleted them. I cannot delete them from the map. So, but yeah, you guys are taking care of it. Like, there are people from Gibbet with flamethrowers, like going up and down. The rest of the crew is like flying the airship, helping everybody. You guys brought your doctors. Everything's fine. You guys are like really taking care of the wounded. One second.
Parady's just kind of muttering like, I knew there was something funny about that squirrel.
I'm standing right here.
No, I meant Litty.
Oh. I think they're pretty cool.
I want to investigate
Can I
that
control
vine.
these new vines, or do they just do what they want?
They just do what they want. Oh, you mean the
Perfect.
vines inside yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you think it's perfect that they just do what they want, excellent. If you want, like, yeah, for sure. Yeah. All right. So you guys are in Reedy's office. Both Sal's tower has been destroyed. So, and he again probably knows it was you guys. Has no way of proving it was you guys, and therefore blamed it on you. And they're just like, fantastic. Whew. We got message that that the message to you guys wasn't getting through. Like Thaddeus just couldn't reach you, but apparently that was all wrong.
It wasn't entirely wrong.
Well, you made it here anyway. This is Sal. And she's like, you made it here anyway, and you saved our city. And you finally disposed of the treacherous tower my skyscraper had become. Any just fleeting chance that you happened to see us safe while you were destroying that?
Did we?
Unfortunately, I believe we were too preoccupied with the giant rose dragon.
I was a bit distracted at the moment, yes.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's only money.
Good deal. If you
Only
rebuild,
money.
it shouldn't be haunted. I made sure that all the ghosts are dispersed.
Ghosts? And Reedy's just like all 6 eyes bugging out of his head. What do you mean? Like leaning over the desk. What do you mean, ghosts?
The dragon. It was an amalgamation of different ghosts and dead from all over the world, it seemed.
To very subtly pull the hood down to kind of hide the skull a bit more from Sal.
Nobody on stream can see the little game that I'm playing with, so making eyes get.
Just gonna.
Oh, sorry. Nobody saw that I was chasing Tsoki with Reedy right there, but that's what was happening. In case you're wondering. No, they're just all. We'll have a wonderful affair. We'll clean these streets. We'll have a party. What are you all doing tomorrow? I'll tell you what you're doing. We are having a feast. This city will be cleaned. We will unify the west and the east side of Dyad into one nation, one strong nation. And with that, you will be our guests of honor to this feast, this weast. It shall be known as the weast. Also, I think Thaddeus has something else to mention, some obscure almanac idea to speak with you about. Meet him at your earliest convenience.
Thank you for the information.
Yes,
And
yes.
and thank you for the invitation to the Weast.
But tell me about these ghosts. He's very fascinated. Like, he watched the Ghost Hunter episode of the game last season, and he loved it because it was on TV, and he loved it. He's dying for more.
They were the restless souls of the dead that were unhappy. They'd been disturbed. All their graves had been desecrated, and as part of, they had lost all sense of themselves as part of this dragon.
He looks over at Sal. He's just like, "You built a tower out of dead bodies? I didn't."
No. The vines, they had pulled the dead from different areas. They weren't all from the same area. I'm sure Sal is completely innocent of any wrongdoing here. It was purely the flowers, and I mean, and these roses, wherever they came from. It was
The
forest.
forest.
Yes.
The forest. We need to destroy that forest once and for all.
What?
I don't think that's a good idea.
We took care of the problem.
For now. But the roses still might grow, and they've been growing back faster lately. They can't cut those trees down fast enough, let alone the Tatzelworm. They said he was fine as long as we stayed out of the forest. But after this is an act of aggression, wouldn't you say, Saul? And Saul's is like, yes, I would agree it is an act of aggression.
The roses are completely separate from the forest.
The roses are parasitic. I'm pretty sure they're affecting the forest as well.
Then more reason to burn it down. You showed us, that midnight, that wolf in that airship. I saw it even from here. I saw that fireball thrown. Fantastic work.
That's not what we meant.
How would you know that the roses aren't directly are a result of the forest? How would you possibly know that? You're as new here as I am.
Bee takes a couple steps away from everybody now that the bodies are inside her and starts slapping at the vines whenever they start to creep out, slightly paranoid at all the roses and burning talk.
So worry not, blood woman that got a lot weirder since the last time I saw you. Go ahead.
If I could possibly suggest a venture. We could always send a research team to see what may be going on with the actual roses themselves and try to figure out the source.
I would volunteer for this because fine, I fed blood to the rose bushes after I killed the giant wasp when I came over. Look, I didn't know where I was at the time. And the roses are partially my fault when they grew the eyeballs and all that. I think it has something to do with when I crossed over into this world.
Rita, you know what sounds a lot more fun than declaring war on a forest? Visiting a hotel full of ghosts.
Like, ghosts, you say, Sal's just like, no, did you just miss, what do you mean? You were part of it. Ghosts! A hotel. What if we throw the Weast at with the ghosts?
A hotel full of ghosts, Freedy. You could even interact with them. I'm told they could change their form based off of what duties they perform. It'll be wonderful.
Delightful! Claps all four of his arms. He's like, Thaddeus, get my swimsuit! And he just goes stomping out of here, completely forgetting that Charity just took the blame for it. And also forgetting his plan to burn down the forest. Sal looks at Charity. And he's just like, you win this round. I'll have my day.
You are not going to destroy that forest.
If I can't go through it. And he just turns around and walks away. And that is the end of Little Pistol.
That man is gonna piss off something even worse than the Tetzelworm.
Oh, Art saying one more thing.
Oh!
Imma eat a candy at the back of Sal's head.
And it's a success. Oh, it's just like stuck on him. It's just like he doesn't even like he goes to itch off something on the back of his head, but he can't reach because he's a thick boy. And you all can just see like
It's
this.
a little goopy. It wasn't quite ready yet.
Absolutely disgusting. But yeah, so that was the end of Little Pistol. So what happened was we discovered that in the time that you guys spent like cleaning up an oil spill and helping people not be attacked by their nightmares and discovering the fact that Voice's old home is buried under the ground on this continent for some weird reason. And then meeting a cowboy and a lady and her dog and a cute little bat fella. And while all of that was happening, Dyad was slowly being taken over by roses that they couldn't tell you about because you guys crashed the airship into the communications tower. But you guys fixed it. You showed up, saved the day. It was pretty awesome. B's got a weird new form that we'll hash out at some point.
Is B minus okay?
I don't know. Do you think you would have consumed B minus, or do you just want to have B minus hanging around? Because it's not a pet. B minus is literally just you. I'm fine with you having one form that has 8 HP and one form that has 4 HP. I'm cool with that. You don't play like so much that it like becomes ridiculously overpowered. But if that thing hits 0, it's dead for good.
Yeah, let's keep him.
Okay. So now fucking is it Jeremy? Is it Jeffrey? What's Pim's pet's name? Justin. I was wrong twice. I was really hoping I was getting closer. So now Justin has a little friend. I made a token for Justin. I just totally forgot to put it on the screen last time.
Oh, I also might have gotten Becky into trouble.
Oh yeah, Becky is also like totally on the Linkerton's like hit list now because you've established there is a connection between Lore and Becky.
I'll think of a name later, XD.
Alright. So that was tonight's game. I hope everybody had a good time.
Oh yeah, great time.
So many
Very
gotchas to
much.
so many people. So I'm gonna try to get to it.
Oh, yeah, Charity's gonna become a union rep now
Nice.
for the ghost.
Charity-based union rep. If we do one thing in this game, it's build fucking unions. Alright, so tomorrow's game is Little Pistol. So, not Little Pistol. Tomorrow's game is Downtown, and if you think it's that one song Downtown, I'm pretty sure you're thinking it's the wrong song Downtown. It's actually the Macklemore song Downtown.
Oh.
So it's like it's not about going downtown where all the lights are. It is the Macklemore song Downtown. So then we got Puppet Loosely Strung on the 12th, which is Sunday, and on the 13th we have a recap. On the recap, we are going to try to sum up everything that's happened, not just this month, but since the beginning of the game. Talk about the characters introduced, and we're going to try to talk about a couple of the new ideas we have. Hopefully, I will have something cool to show you guys on Monday, but I'm not going to hold myself to that right yet. But you guys all did great. Everybody in the chat, you guys did great. Yeah, the bounty was
Deal with the devil.
it was a deal with the devil. Tsoki and B both get a gold gotcha because they gave me we said that all B's rolls were a success, and 2 of them were going to be a 1, but they were going to be ridiculous ones. So that's how you guys can use Deal with the Devil, for the record.
Nice.
It was originally 1-1.
It was originally 1 run. Art decided to make it 2 ones.
I'm glad that we did. I feel like 1 was too easy.
And thank you guys all. I don't know if Nika's going to hop and say goodbye, but that's it.
Thank you everyone so much. We will see you tomorrow for Downtown, where you get to meet one of the last new characters. There are only 2 new characters, I think, left that haven't been revealed, and Allie is one of them. That is Fog's little otter. And Blueberries and Queen return tomorrow for the first time this season, and the first time in a while, I think. So
we can see Nameless.
Oh, that's right, Nameless. He was supposed to be in a game last month. This is the reschedule. So yeah, you get to see all of them for the first time this season. I'm sure it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. This game was fine. Everything ended well.
Yeah, it's fine. Alright, we will see you all tomorrow then. Bye forever.
Goodbye forever.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Alright.